I wanted to get back to my roots a little bit and share a template that I use for mixing and tracking hip hop. And I've seen other people's ways they work. Everything's like audio 1, audio 2, Vox 1, Vox 2, and nothing's routed. It's just a mess. So this is very clean. I've got routing folders for the beat. I've got it for the instruments, which would be like the synths, guitars, samples, and then the drums split out so that that can be individually adjusted and EQ'd. You know, like you might have to cut more of the low end out of the instruments. And the cool thing about this template is it uses all stock Pro Tools plugins. If you have like Pro Tools Artist or Pro Tools Studio, you're going to be able to just open this up and you're not going to have to spend a bunch of money on Waves or FabFilter. And the great thing about using the stock plugins is they do not limit you. Like people think they got to spend 500, $1,000 on extra plugins to get a good mix, and you don't. Just a good engineer is going to be able to take any plugin, you know, stock Pro Tools plugins, and get to work right away, because it's not the hammer, it's the carpenter. So all these use channel strip. There's kind of some basic settings just to get you up and running, but feel free to adjust like EQs. There's a high pass filter, which will really clean up the low end on the instruments because it's really all about the bass. You can see all this goes to the beat routing folder. These routing folders make it super easy also to output like an instrumental and an acapella version. You would just right click and commit those or bounce them. So in the vocal section, this is set up for verses. We've got verse 1, verse 2. You know, you might have two different artists. There might be a feature on it. And then each of these has a clean and a tune. And for the tuning, it uses a free plugin. This is the only thing you'll have to download, and it's completely free. It's called Spot On. There's other free vocal tuning, but this is the cleanest sound. And the cool thing is, these are all set up, these tracks are set up to track as well. So if you wanted to track, you could just track right into this template and it'd be totally fine. This is more geared towards like recording with an SM7B or a mic that has a little bit of a darker sound. So it's got a channel strip with some compression, EQ, filtering, and then you've also got a de-esser just because boosting those highs will tend to make them kind of harsh. And then we've got sends for short verb, long verb, delay, and those sends are mirrored up here for your beat. So you can have similar spaces for both the instruments and the beat, and even the drums, and then the vocals. And so we've got verse tracks, we've got extras, ad-libs. You know, these extras are if you're doing stacks. And then I like to, if the hook needs to be pretty full, I like to pan things out a little bit. So we've got a center, right, left, octave, and then extras in case it's a wide stack. You can just right click and duplicate these tracks if you need more. And then these all have Spot On them enabled. You will have to set the key for these. So if it's like A minor, this would be good. If it's D minor, you'd have to change the B to a B flat, and then you'd have to copy this by option dragging it over to swap out the those plugins. So I've also got a click track. Sometimes beats start with no drums, and so you can just unmute that so the artist can get the click in their headphones. All these, the vocals and the beat are routed through a 2-mix or a 2-bus, and this has just a super low, like 20-30 hertz high pass filter, and I've got Insight on here, which you guys aren't going to need, just to check for levels. So let's get that out of there. And then we've got just a very gentle limiter just to keep you from going over 0, because you know you're not going to want to do that. You can unbypass this if you're scared about going over. You can also add a little bit of bus compression. So all this to say, you should be able to import your audio to this, figure out the tempo, and use these markers for verses, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge. A lot of times artists will track one hook and then you'll have to fly the hook out. So you'll have to copy and paste it. And that's why it's nice having stuff on hook or chorus tracks, because you can just pop those over there. You can do a great mix on something with just what comes with your Pro Tools subscription. So here we are in Pro Tools. This is the same template. It's got less tracks because this is a super simple beat. And you can see I've got stuff arranged. I've got mutes on here for taking out hi-hats and just having the 808s and all the normal stuff you do when you arrange a beat. Sometimes the producer will do this. Other times you have to do it with the artist on the fly while you're tracking. And then the vocals I've got, we got verse 1, we got verse 2. I do have the pre-chorus on the verse tracks. You can see it bounces back and forth between tuned and untuned. I like having the tracks separate, so it's just, you know, if I needed to tune this, I could copy and paste it down there and then mute that. Then we've got the hook, and all the routing and stuff is exactly the same. So we'll just A/B. Let's especially focus on the vocals for this hook here. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to listen to the raw, and then we're going to turn everything back on and see the difference.
Nobody gonna stop my grind. Dash in one order at a time.
So that's raw.
I'm on the move. Nobody gonna stop my grind. Dash in one order at a time. Cruising with the 18s, beating down that lock.
Obviously, the tuning helps a bunch because the hook was sung not. It's like, you know, it's in D flat instead of D. So let's check out the beat now. Same deal. We're gonna listen to it with, you know, the plugins active and the automation active, and then with. So let's actually do the raw first. So here's the beat. So whenever these turn blue, I'm bypassing them. So that's kind of, you know, we're listening to that. Like, how does it sound with stuff bypassed? So it's a lot more compressed with stuff active, and especially you can hear it on the clap and the 808s. I'll show you the sidechain trick on the 808s and why that's smart to do. So why do we use a sidechain compressor with the 808s when you have an 808 kick and a short kick? Well, if you just have the 808 hitting and the short kick hitting at the same time, the bass is going to build up and it can actually clip, it can distort, and you don't get the clarity. Like you can't really play two bass things at the same time unless they're perfectly in tune, because there's just not enough room down there to play both sounds at the same time. So what we do is we send this short kick down a mono aux or bus that feeds into this compressor here. Then you'll hear the difference when they play together. So I'm going to mute this send. So you can hear the distortion, that crunchiness, the clipping that's happening without the sidechain. So they're both hitting at the same time, they're adding up, it doesn't sound clean. And once you get that sidechain compressor working, then it just cleans up that bass so that the 808s can cut through, and you can also get the pump of that short kick. So you can get both at the same time without them fighting each other. So let's listen to this track, and I'll kind of go through what's going on for each section of it.
Don't you know what's going on out there? There's no Sunday school. Don't
you understand? My brother is alone.
Got my eyes on the prize, ain't no traffic gonna stop me. Red lights, pedestrians, weaving like a pro, you see. Orders got my broken glass, Android arm blow. Got my game face on, leaving low. Tippers in the cold, money on my mind. Dashing in my PG cruise, whipping through the streets, making money, making moves. I'm on a mission, got my wheels on fire. Dropping off some of the eats, got my dasher rating to the floor, ain't nobody gonna slow me down. Got my focus on the prize, trying to wear that shiny crown. Feeling my ambition with every delivery made. Getting paid, I'm on the roll, ain't nobody gonna fade. I'm on the move, nobody gonna stop my grind. Dash in the one order, attitude, time cruiser with the 18s, beating down that block. Get these orders dropped off when I'm on the clock.
So one thing I forgot to do is I need to pitch down this octave.
Nobody gonna stop my grind. Dash in the one order, attitude, time cruiser with. Ain't nobody gonna fade. I'm on the move. Nobody gonna stop my grind. Dash in the one order, attitude, time cruiser with the 18s, beating down that block. Get these orders dropped off when I'm on the clock.
Got my grip and sipping matzo, breaking all the rules. Rush hour traffic, out of lifeguard at the swimming pool. The GOAT, I go hard in the paint. Yeah, my alternator squealing, but please don't make a complaint. My delivery game strong, like LeBron before the playoffs. Gig economy got me stacking, not worried about the layoffs. Crash the PTC on the beat like a snare. Kiddies rocking from the monster, but I don't care.
Pedal to the floor, ain't nobody gonna slow me down. Got my focus on the prize, trying to wear that shiny crown. Feeling my ambition with every delivery made. Getting paid, I'm on a roll, ain't nobody gonna fade. I'm on the move.
Awesome. Yeah, so this spot on, I just downloaded this and I like the sound. So you can automate this to allow certain notes. And I think if I bypass this, this bridge is actually not just D. Like the hook is definitely just D, but
I'm the king of the road, the mayor of my town, that head.
okay, so he's going down to like a C. So what I'm going to do is go in here and we're going to say C is on.
I'm the king of the road, the mayor of my town, that head gasket blown like she's going down.
Get that DoorDash money, I'm a boss, that's real. No need to be strapped, cause my whip, you wouldn't steal.
I'm the king of the road, the mayor of my town, that head gasket blown like she's going down.
I can't even unlock the driver's side door. Got a half dozen empty bottles all over the floor. I'm on the move, nobody gonna stop my grind. Dash in the one order, attitude, time cruiser with the 18s, beating down that block. Get these orders dropped off when I'm on the move. Nobody gonna stop my grind. Dash in the one order, attitude, time cruiser with the 18s, beating down that block. Get these orders dropped off when I'm on the clock.
So again, the cool thing about this template is it uses all the stock Pro Tools plugins. You will have to buy nothing besides Pro Tools to get this to work on your system. You will have to download Spot On if you want to do tuning, but it's $0. I feel like that price is very reasonable for what you get. It sounds great, really clean sound, super simple to use. You'll just have to know how to set the key, but you have to do that with all the tuners. So that is an overview of my hip hop template. And like I said, I'll drop a link if you're interested in checking it out. Otherwise, feel free to follow along with the video, go back through it, and set your own up just on your own with your own plugins, how you like things. The biggest thing that I recommend is just having tracks labeled, have the busing and gain structure down pat. Like make sure that the vocals especially, you can see I've clip gained these after recording. You record them at a safe level and then you obviously have to boost them to get it up to spec. So you can use clip gain first. You should use clip gain first so that when this compressor is hitting, you can see like this track compressor is only ducking a little bit, but then it's also going through this guy, the BF76, which is really spanking it. So doing a couple of different compressors in a series where you have a track compressor and then you have a bus compressor can really make things get nice and full and fat sounding. So feel free, like set up your own template if you're not interested in this one. and make sure stuff is like organized into either basic folders, routing folders, everything is bust, so that if somebody says, this is great, I need the instrumental for this, bam, right click, commit or bounce. Okay, great, I need the acapella for this, right click, bounce. Okay, great, I need the stereo 2 mix for this for mastering, bam. You can do the same thing, bounce it or commit it instead of going to Pro Tools, bounce. You can even set up re-record tracks, but that's going to be another video. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will get back to audio post-production videos. Every month or so, I'll try to do a music video, a music engineering video, just because I've had enough questions about that to where it's something I need to spend a little bit of time on. And feel free, like, whatever you do that's different from this, or maybe the same, or like uses for stock Pro Tools plugins in mixing music or films or TV, whatever, let me know in a comment, because I'm all about using what you got and not spending a bunch of money on extra tools when they don't really make your mix sound that much better. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you out next time. Goodbye.
Got my eyes on the prize, ain't no traffic gonna stop me. Red lights, pedestrians, weaving like a pro, you see. Orders got my broken glass, Android on blow. Got my gimbal on, leaving low. Tippers in the cold, money on my mind. Dashing in my PG cruise, whipping through the streets, making money, making moves. I'm on a mission, got my wheels on fire. Dropping off some of the eats, got my dasher rating higher. Pedal to the floor, ain't nobody gonna slow me down. Got my focus on the prize, trying to wear that shiny crown. Feeling my ambition with every delivery made. Getting paid, I'm on the roll, ain't nobody gonna fade. I'm on the move, nobody gonna stop my grind. Dashing one order at a time. Cruising with the 18s, beating down that block. Get these orders dropped off when I'm on the clock.
Got my grip and sipping matzo, breaking all the rules. Rush hour traffic, out of lifeguard at the swimming pool. The GOAT, I go hard in the paint. Yeah, my alternator squealing, but please don't make a complaint. My delivery game strong, like LeBron before the playoffs. Gig economy got me stacking, not worried about the layoffs. Crash the PTC on the beat like a snare. Kiddies rocking from the monster, but I don't care.
Pedal to the floor, ain't nobody gonna slow me down. Got my focus on the prize, trying to wear that shiny crown. Feeling my ambition with every delivery made. Getting paid, I'm on a roll, ain't nobody gonna fade. I'm on the move, nobody gonna stop my grind. Dashing one order at a time. Cruising with the 18s, beating down that block. Get these orders dropped off when I'm on the move. Nobody gonna stop my grind. Dashing one order at a time. Cruising with the 18s, beating down that block. Get these orders dropped off when I'm on the clock.
I'm the king of the road, the man of my town. The head gasket blown like she's going down.
Get that DoorDash money, I'm a boss, that's real. No need to be strapped, cause my whip you wouldn't steal.
I'm the king of the road, the man of my town. The head gasket blown like she's going down.
I can't even unlock the driver's side door. Got a half dozen empty bottles all over the floor.
I'm on the move.